Patient safety is a fundamental healthcare discipline to deliver quality essential health services that do not bring harm to the patient. The Australian Charter of Healthcare Rights ensures this by protecting the rights to receive safe, quality care that meets national standards in an environment that is safe. Queensland Ambulance Service is a supporter of the Charter and holds the strong value of ensuring the safety of patients in a pre-hospital setting. However, what happens when a health practitioner does not uphold these rights to act in the best interests of the patients? This presentation will investigate the legal and regulatory measures applicable when a paramedic in Queensland breaches a patient's rights to safe and quality care. The registrant is a Polish-trained paramedic working with Queensland Ambulance Service. QAS have notified the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency on issues relating to the individual's conduct and practice. There is concern that they have placed the public at risk of harm because they have practiced the profession in a way that constitutes a significant departure from accepted professional standards. This notification has been referred to the Paramedicine Board of Australia, who take immediate action under Section 156 of the Health Practitioner Regulation National Law Queensland. The nature of the issues raised provide the board a reasonable belief that the health practitioner has practiced in a way that constitutes professional misconduct. Due to this, the matter was referred to the Office of the Health Ombudsman, who in return decided for the board to continue to deal with the matter under Section 193(2)(b) of the national law. Subsequently, the notification has been provided to the Queensland Civil and Administrative Tribunal. Upon investigation, the tribunal established the facts of the case as the following. Whilst awaiting at the hospital for an admission, the registrant left the patient unattended to have a cigarette without communicating his intentions with the second officer. He was advised by a colleague to put out the cigarette and return as he was the officer in charge. However, the registrant refused. The patient had been brought to the hospital after suffering from a seizure, with risk of seizing again. After the show cause process, the registrant submitted that he found the patient not to be time critical and stated that there was no harm done to the patient. He also mentioned that there were 4 other ambulance crews there. This implies that Michael had assumed that the patient would be looked after by other paramedics should there have been an incident in his absence. In response to an emergency call, the registrant was found to be driving the ambulance in an anti-clockwise direction around the roundabout, against traffic flow during rush hour traffic. The roundabout had trees in the middle, to which the effect would have blindsided other road users. When his colleague asked him what he was doing, the response seemed to be that there was no issue and that he did not demonstrate any remorse or acknowledge the danger posed to both them and other road users. During an assessment of a patient, the registrant did not obtain consent before performing an invasive procedure of measuring blood sugar levels. Moreover, they did not speak to the patient at all prior to the procedure, nor did they explain the procedure that was about to be performed. His colleague had confirmed with the patient's carer that there was capacity for the patient to make their own decisions on consent. However, Michael's submission states that he found the patient to have impaired cognitive processes. With regard to the findings, the Tribunal have further assessed the breaches in the Code of Conduct under Section 41 of National Law. These include Principle 1, Principle 4, Principle 5, and Principle 7. In consideration of these breaches, the facts of the case, and the registrant's submissions, the Tribunal applied the national law to distinguish the registrant as performing substantially below the expected standard, with a global finding of engagement in professional misconduct. As defined in subparagraph C, Section 5, conduct of the practitioner that is inconsistent with the practitioner being a fit and proper person to hold registration in the profession. Thus, the determinations under the national law that were made included reprimanding the practitioner, suspension of the practitioner's registration for a period of 6 months, and requiring the practitioner to undertake a board-approved ethics unit. The Tribunal could not come to this conclusion without taking into account the relevant considerations. This would include that of the registrant's background, submissions, and reflections of their practice. Ethics, within or outside of the workplace, can differ from place to place, person to person. As stated by ethics lecturer Dr. Berglund, duties, obligations, and values are all reflections of the expression of ethics. The tribunal considered this in regard to the registrant's background of working as a paramedic in Poland, when no license is needed to practice. When Michael began practicing, he only had to complete 2 years of post-secondary school training and take a vocational examination within his program or earn a bachelor's degree. The Australian Human Rights Commission Act 1986 protects employees from discrimination based on their national extraction, social origin, or nationality. This makes it illegal to punish the registrant for gaps in social and cultural knowledge due to differences in their cultural upbringing. However, it is noted that the registrant had completed a 4 to 6 week training program designed to bridge any potential gaps in their cultural knowledge. This suggests that these shortcomings are more likely due to incompetency rather than misunderstanding or a lack of training. In conjunction with evidence of the registrant's submissions, the lack of reflection and insight on their conduct suggests the likelihood of ongoing risk. Thus, to impose action lesser than that determined would not be in the best interest of the public. The tribunal aims for the registrant to use their time of suspension as an opportunity for reflection and remediation. It is also important to note that Queensland is a co-regulatory jurisdiction. APRA works closely with the Office of the Health Ombudsman to regulate and oversee matters related to registered health practitioners. Healthcare complaints and serious matters of professional misconduct will usually be taken on by the OHO to be dealt with under its respective legislation. Both entities institute the safety of patients in the Queensland healthcare system under the national law. Oh, well, it seems our little buddy wants to ask a question. Go ahead, little man. That's actually a really good question. Well, you see, the national law aims to ensure patient safety by instituting it into the objectives of the legislation. The specific objectives include Section 3(1)(a) and 3(c). Hence, when a health practitioner has drifted from the expected standard of care, the national law provides powers to APRA to impose action on the practitioner's registration, to which the determination is sanctioned with the primary purpose of protecting the public. In Australia, registration improves patient safety by providing assurance that standards are met and maintained by individuals who are registered as paramedics. When these standards are not met, notifications are made to APRA, who refer the matter to the Australian Paramedicine Board to investigate the conduct of a health practitioner. In this instance, the registrant demonstrated numerous breaches of the Code of Conduct, which constituted a significant departure from accepted professional standards. When considered together with the registrant's background, experience, and knowledge, APRA and the national boards acted in the best interest of the public by applying the appropriate disciplinary action from the determinations of the Queensland Civil and Administrative Tribunal.